This garden, we had a good little start. We got 2 4-foot by 4-foot area with a few little plants in it, and then we got 1 4-foot by 8-foot that's got a few things planted in it. The other 2 4-foot by 8-foot raised beds kind of got sat to the wayside. We went through lots and lots of rain for a good long time, and then all of a sudden no rain and very, very, very hot days. This, I believe, is cucumbers. Got some flowers on it, but these plants aren't coming through very well. I mean, herbless hybrid cucumbers. Put that back in there like that so we know what that is. And in here, we've got some little green onions. See the little green onions? And over there, we've got where this cat's been scratching around and taking a dump. I hate it. Cats always do that. These are pineapple tops that we stuck down in the dirt to see if they would grow. I think they're putting up little tiny new leaves on the inside. I think they're coming on. And over here, you can see where the cat's been here scratching around on this one too. But in the corners, you see that? In the corners, we've got ginger, I believe. Look at the little ginger plants popping up. Let me go down here and look at these. There we go. Got little ginger plants popping up. So hopefully the ginger will come on. And you can see where the cat's been in there. But look at that. That's ginger. And we've got ginger root under there that's going to be growing and expanding. So anyway, periodically I'll come out here and I water these periodically. And part of what I do, this thing is just sitting here and it's just rainwater basically, but it's might have some mosquito larvae in there. I just come in here and kind of just dump a load of water on each little plant. And just give it a good little soaking. Of course, you see the little blue things in there? Those little blue things are plant food. And I had gone around and I'd put a bunch of this all around different little plants. And, so on these very, very hot days, it's a good idea to come on out here and just go ahead and, try not to put water on the plant itself, but water the plants. Let it soak into the ground around them. And yeah, then that'll help the plants get through the hot weather. So let me do that other one in the corner over there. And then I'll come over and do the some of the others. Some of that wants to drain downhill. Just kind of let it soak in for a little bit and then add a little more and it'll just soak right in. So once the ground starts soaking it up, then it'll act like a big old sponge and just pull it right in. And it really, really, really helps those plants to survive this hot weather. We've all been working on different schedules and gone through different sicknesses here and there, so we've all kind of been a little lax on doing our gardens, but we're definitely going to have these things ready for this coming spring. And we're going to have a little bit of a fall garden, but I'm suspecting that we're not going to have a much of a fall garden. Unless you want to call it the fallen behind garden, like I was telling you at the old house in town, because that's usually how it is. We usually, you know, because I was usually the only one getting out and doing any gardening, and I was so busy that everything was always running behind. See, when you first pour it on there, it wants to kind of run off. Just give it a little time to soak in, and then once it soaks in, then you can go ahead and start adding a little bit more, and it will soak in a little bit better, because now the ground's acting like a sponge instead of a repellent. I want to get the whole little bucket on there. Just let it soak in real good. It's always best not to put water on the top of the plant, especially in the hot days, because it's so hot and the sunshine gets so intense at times that it will kind of mess up your plants a little bit. This being on a little hill makes it wants to run off the edges. So I'm just going to go ahead and dump that on there. Then over here, I've got a bunch of cardboard set back. Over here, not sure what kind of plant this is yet. I suspect cucumber. I don't know. It might be some kind of melon. But it's definitely doing something coming on. So I'm going to grab some of this yuckiness. I'm going to go ahead and pour it down there. I'll just pour a couple of bucket loads of this down there, so it'll just go ahead and soak in down there. It's kind of hard to get right down there at it, so I'm just going to pour it a little bit uphill from it, just let it do its thing. Just enough for it to get water. Ugh, gonna have to wash my hands now. That's all yacked out water's got mosquito larvae in it. But this little cup in here to kind of block that way, help keep the mosquitoes out of there. I don't know if it's worked or not. This cardboard here is going to be laid flat down here under these raised beds, and we're going to do some expanding and adding on to the raised bed gardens, and hopefully by this coming spring, my plan is to have from the fence coming this way out 50 feet, and then from the edge of the building here down that way 150 feet of raised bed gardens. That's the plan, man. And I definitely will be picking up or getting a dump truck load of compost, good compost for the raised beds, because I think we're definitely going to need it. My compost piles that I've been putting together are certainly not coming on, you know, quick enough to do a garden like that, a garden that size. So anyway, I got some more hay in the horse stall that I'll be getting out and using as a mulch around those raised beds. So just wish me luck. And of course we got some fencing here we'll be putting up around the gardens too. So wish me luck on the gardens.